Sometimes AI can be good or it can be bad, but when it comes to creativity, it's bad.
And the Walt Disney Company and OpenAI have agreed to a 3-year deal allowing users to create short social media videos using Disney characters.
Well, this is a great opportunity for the company to enable consumers to engage with our characters on what is probably the most modern of technology and media platforms today.
Let me give you guys some context real quick. So Sora is the product of OpenAI, and all that Sora is it generates AI videos. It cost OpenAI $15 million every single day and amounting to like $5 billion a year, give or take, to keep Sora functioning, to keep Sora running. And I want you to guess what OpenAI's ROI is. Yup, you guessed it. They've only made $2 million back. So Sora is basically a sinking ship.
Your own Imagineers, those who've created, obviously, these untold stories for you that have made the company it is, do they look at this announcement and worry at some point people who are manipulating short-term video using your characters are going to replace them?
This does not in any way represent a threat to the creators at all. In fact, the opposite. I think it honors them and respects them.
I personally believe that Disney is the epitome of creativity. The disheartening part is something that is a part of our childhood is now having a partnership with OpenAI, and OpenAI is going to basically give them access to their AI so Disney can automate their creative process. And the most sad part is Disney excels at creativity. Disney's been excelling for a prolonged period of time at being creative, way before AI. I don't think this is the right time to do anything with AI. You guys will be doing just fine and be just as profitable.
In 2025, Disney invested $1 billion into OpenAI so that anybody can type a few words into ChatGPT or Sora and have it make a video featuring up to, I think, 200 of their characters. And here's the best part. Here's the greatest part, everyone. Not a single artist is involved. It's just typing words into a machine. Not even an ounce of creativity. That is where we're at right now. And I don't think that this is where we should be at right now.
If you have a product, no one's gonna care about that product more than you. In Disney's case, by them giving access of their characters to random Joe Blows, you know what happens? A lot of times there's gonna be bad actors. There's gonna be people out there who are gonna use these characters in ways that are opposing of Disney's values. By simply giving people access to your characters, to your IP, this is just what comes with it. These are just the consequences that you're gonna have to deal with had you not partnered and had you not given access. It is what it is.
Disney is first and foremost a creative company. The Imagineers, the artists, the animators, the directors, the voice actors, the writers, the actors, all of them are what makes Disney what it is. And you take all of those creatives out of the picture, what are you left with? Disney has always been about attention to detail. And if there's anything that AI cannot do, it's detail. I would talk about the weird extra fingers, how those always pop up in AI artwork, but they're kind of working that out now. So we can talk about other pieces of detail, like people in the backs of crowds. What is that? That's an abomination. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but that's not a human being.
The thing that frustrates me is that Disney is already an established company and they have the capital/means to pursue whatever creative endeavor that they want. If all this commotion, all this AI involvement stuff is simply to do right by the consumer, I would argue that giving them access to your characters is not the way to go. If you were to drop this partnership and just take that capital and give it to your employees to make something worthwhile, you would do much better by your consumers than simply giving them access to your characters, because you know what to do with your characters to make those worthwhile movies, to make those worthwhile shows. The consumers do not. They're probably just gonna be winging it.
Incredible attention to detail is what Disney is known for industry-wide, not just in their films, but also in their theme parks. Transitions between lands. AI cannot do that. And even when we reach the point where AI art is indistinguishable from real life, which we're rapidly approaching as I speak, it still won't be able to get those human details just right.
We're all curious, man. Why can't it be able to get those human details just right? You wanna know why? Because it's an AI. If you want something to get those human details just right, you have to actually have another human. Only humans understand other humans. AI is nothing but inputs and outputs. If it does something wrong, it doesn't know if it did something wrong. As long as it fulfills your request, that's a green light for the AI. That's the problem. Humans are essential. If you want humans to respect it, get the right humans to do it. Not an AI, bruh.
And yes, I'm talking about images here, but what Disney licensed their characters to OpenAI for is video creation on their Sora AI model. Sora in this case, unfortunately, not being the name of the protagonist of Kingdom Hearts. Instead, it's a text-to-video model where you can type in whatever you want your video to be, and Sora will spit out a short video based on the prompt that was received.
Oh my god, I forgot to update you guys. Sora is no longer available. OpenAI dropped that project about like a year ago, I think. You wanna know why? Because it wasn't profitable. But that's not even the point. The fact that Disney even collaborated with OpenAI, that's where the problem lies. And the only reason there's no longer a partnership is simply because OpenAI dropped Sora. But if there's a company to come around that has some sort of Sora, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if Disney decides to collaborate with them instead of OpenAI this time.
To me, this is Disney's first sort of baby step away from real animators. People who study and go to school and train for and audition for all of these roles are sort of slowly being phased out in favor of a technology that is fallible.
If a technology is fallible, that basically means it's capable of making mistakes or being wrong. But when I look at Disney, the amount of trust that they have and the amount of money that they have allocated to OpenAI doesn't seem like they see it as fallible. They see it as infallible. I would never put my eggs in one basket if I don't know about the ins and out of the thing that I'm investing in.
And if there's a way to maybe save a few of those dimes by not being as creative as they were originally and just outsourcing that to a computer program that can make some weird, freaky stuff about your favorite Disney character, let's just do that instead. Would Walt have liked AI? I don't know. Maybe he would have loved it. Maybe he would have loved not having to have animators. I don't know how Walt would have reacted to it. All I know is that right now, in this moment, I don't think it's a good thing for Disney.
I also don't know what Walt Disney would think, but I would like to assume that he'd be highly opposed to it. If you really want to sit down with this, at the end of the day, if it's going to cut down on cost, but sacrifice the quality of the work, is it really worth it? Especially when you're already generating billions of dollars every single year, functioning just fine? It just doesn't make sense to me, man. I will never understand why.
It makes sense to me that Twitter or X or Facebook or OpenAI have these AI models because they're tech companies and they want to be a front runner in the tech sector. But Disney being a creative first company, everything that happens at Disney starts with a human idea, or at least it did. I think that Disney needs to keep their distance for now from AI, for a bit.
I honestly don't think he could have said it any better than that. But what do y'all think? Should Disney slow down with AI? Or is this just the future? If y'all want to see another crazy AI story, check out my next vid coming up. But until then, peace and love. I'll see y'all next time.